Hello, my name is Shannon DeGraffenreid, and today I'm going to be talking about intergroup contact. Alright, so firstly, let's get started. Intergroup bias is prejudiced ideas towards someone of a different culture, race, or religion. So basically, anybody who isn't in your in-group. An example of that would be killing someone because they have a different religion. So, say if you're Christian, you don't like somebody because they're of the Muslim faith. So you go out of your way to physically go kill them. Intergroup contact is face-to-face interactions between people of a different group. So an example of that would be, having a conversation with somebody of a different culture about, their traditions. Two reasons why people harm others who are different are that they have a different perspective than what that person has or holds highly, so they think anybody who doesn't have that idea or mindset in their head is different and they deserve to be harmed or, gone out of their way to necessarily make things harder for them in life. So with school, they may have the application process harder for the person of the particular group that they're trying to exclude. Another reason why people harm others who are different are due to different income and education levels. So someone who is, a higher level of income or education may think that someone who has lower education should be discriminated towards or have prejudice ideas of. Two ways to reduce intergroup bias would be education and change in social, political, and economic regions of the world. If we make change and people are able to increase their knowledge and perspective of different cultures and religions around the world, I think that would definitely help. So an example of how you could do that was in school you can teach young children, or at any level really, you can always make it a continuous thing to teach them about the different religions and cultures around the world. Ways that intergroup contact changes behavior is it improves attitude towards outgroups and it makes people more confident in the ability to interact with that outgroup. And improves the comfortability, of course. An example of that would be, just talking to someone at work, on break about their culture and, maybe like foods they eat or holidays, just to, get an increased perspective of differences around the world, So some barriers that are, of course, intergroup contact has are sometimes people tend to get intergroup anxiety, which can be very nerve-wracking when talking to people of a different group because, sometimes people tend to not want change. They just want to be what they're used to and comfortable with, so that can definitely cause some problems there. Another issue would be the sometimes when somebody has like a negative attitude or perspective towards a group, they may tend to believe that and they tend to hold that idea and image of the person with the confirmation bias. Differences in perspectives about the world cause different expectations and interactions, so that can be a bit overwhelming as well. Just because how you perceive somebody's perspective or reaction of you in your actual literal interaction with them. Two methods of my own that I think are the barriers to intergroup contact would be someone's environment. If they've never seen anything different, then it could be a bit scary to see or hear or learn about anything else because they've just been so, enclosed with just a limited amount of perspectives. They think that that's the only way, because that's basically all they know with their environment. And then the superiority due to the inability to accept somebody else's differences. You know, if you think that somebody has, you know, well, I mean, if somebody does have that different perspective, then you may tend to think that they're not worthy, or, you know, they're not someone you should even talk to just because they don't agree with you necessarily.